Bullied because you are LGBT. Refugees on their way to Europe. Ramiro lives gluten-free. Hello world, this is WADADA News for Kids. This week with a compilation of stories from 2015. Some countries celebrate National Coming Out Day. This day is created to raise awareness about LGBT, lesbian, gay, bisexual and transgender people. Being LGBT can cause a lot of personal problems. In many countries, they are bullied, it is not accepted by law and can even lead to the death penalty. The opinions about LGBT are diverse.
Ik vind het niet goed wat hij gezegd. Een man en een vrouw mogen gaan niet man en man, ook geen vrouw en vrouw.
Yo no estoy ni en contra ni a favor. Yo opino que si ellos deciden tener ese tipo de sexualidad, pues es cuestión de ellos, que si ellos quieren vivir de esa manera, que lo hagan.
Inhliziyo zami mina iba buhlungu ngoba nabo babantu bafana nathi ukuthi baphila nje i-life e-different the way bona bafuna ukuyiphila ngakhona and ba-create uNkulunkulu nabo. So it's very bad and sad at the same time.
Many schools are facing the problem of kids being bullied because they are LGBT, even though hardly any kid approves of bullying.
El bullying para mí representa un mal acto que se representa más en los colegios, ¿no? Sobre todo porque los chiquitos, los jóvenes, los chiquitos no están muy informados sobre el tema, ¿no? Y actúan por actuar, ¿no? Porque son chiquitos, porque no están bien informados. Uno actúa de esa forma porque no está bien informado.
Me siento mal porque no deberían de hacer bullying a esas personas, simplemente solo respetar sus decisiones.
আমি যদি দেখি যে না আমার আশেপাশে কেউ সমকামী আমার অবশ্যই তাকে সাহায্য করা উচিত আমি তাকে হয়তো সঠিক জিনিসটা হয়তো জানাতে পারবো এজন্য কিন্তু বুলিং কখনোই উচিত না আমি আশেপাশে কাউকে বুলিং করা দেখলেও তাকে মানা করা উচিত যে না এরকম ঠিক হচ্ছে না
These kids do not approve of bullying, but it is still an issue at many schools and in many societies. In order to stop bullying of LGBT, good information about it is needed, so each society can find its own proper solution. WASSUP starts off in Ecuador. In this country, there are many people with different nationalities and from different indigenous groups. The Saraguro are one of them. They have characteristic costumes, such as their own traditional clothing.
Mi vestimenta es originalmente de acá. El poncho antes se lo conocía como kujma, por lo que se utilizaba sin la camisa. Se utilizaba solamente el poncho. El sombrero este modelo fue traído de Europa y más que todo nosotros lo tomamos originalmente porque hay diversas clases de sombreros como lo podemos ver en diversas culturas. El pantalón como nuestra cultura ha sido una cultura agrícola, lo han hecho corto porque si es largo nos impide trabajar con tranquilidad.
Prácticamente la vestimenta que utilizo, cada una de estas tiene diferente significado. Como es en el caso del topo igual, que representa quizás la defensa de una mujer. La bayeta que nos cubre es lo que normalmente se dice que nos cubre del frío. Y las blusas que utilizamos podemos utilizar de varios colores de acuerdo a nuestro criterio.
Me siento orgulloso de haber nacido en Saraguro, ya que es una de las etnias más puras de América Latina.
These kids live on the streets of Komlapur in Bangladesh and work on the railway station as coolies. They don't have a roof over their head. They don't live in a safe environment. But they have dreams like every other kid.
স্কুলে পড়ার ইচ্ছা আছে, খেলাধুলার ইচ্ছা আছে, ভালো কাপড় চোপড়ের ইচ্ছা আছে।
এই জায়গায় বোঝা টোজা মারি, ভাই বন্ধুদের লগে চলি, সবার সাথে হাসি খুশি থাকি, এই জায়গায় থাকি। মনে করেন এনে থাকা বোঝা টোজা মারি, রাইতে ঘুমানলে টাকা পয়সা থাকলে বেলির দিয়ে কাটটা লওয়া জায়গা, এ ডরে দোকানে জমা দেওয়া, রাইতের বেলা ঘুমাই, সকালে আবার বোঝা মারি, খাই ঘুমাই এটাই। আমি যখন বড় হবো এই সময় আমার মতো অনেক কত শিশুরা রাস্তায় থাকবো, তখন আমি হেল্প করবো, নিজের ভাই বোনরা বুকে টাইনা লমো।
Maybe one day their dreams will come true, not only for themselves but also for other street kids around them. Being a deaf mute or a blind person and being a journalist at the same time. It is possible. Jamie and Einar are determined to become the best journalists of Esteli and change the media in Nicaragua.
Haciendo reportajes sobre lo del agua, ¿cómo cree usted que podemos ahorrarla?
There's a whole group of kids from Esteli eager to learn about media. They get their lessons from Famuel, who has set up this project.
Aprendí con ayuda de Famuel. Él me visitaba en mi casa. Me apoyaba y enseñaba cómo usar la cámara. Me enseñó poco a poco dónde quedaban los botones y cómo se usaban. Me enseñó los ángulos, la distancia y que podía grabar la mitad del cuerpo y todo el cuerpo. Él me estuvo enseñando mucho.
As long as there is poverty and war, people will try to flee to a safer and more prosperous place, such as Europe. Many African refugees make the journey even though it is very risky and dangerous. This is Ayomida from Africa. She and her family are using the little money they have to flee to Europe. But the journey to Europe is long, dangerous, and unpredictable. They walk for miles through war areas and dangerous grounds with robbers, deserts, and inscrutable mountains. They catch a ragged bus to get them to the ocean. There they negotiate with a smuggler and get on a boat to cross the Mediterranean Sea. They expect a safe journey, but it turns out to be full of misery. The boat has no life vests, the sun is burning, people are dehydrated, and there's no proper hygiene. The ocean is rough and stormy. Ayomida and the others have to stand for days, packed. Whether they will arrive in Europe is unsure. Ayomida is one of the expected 1 million people to cross the ocean this year. So far, 2,100 died. European politicians don't agree on what to do. Europe will only accommodate a small number of people. While politicians are negotiating, the number of refugees is growing and growing. For more daily news updates, go to wadadanewsforkids.org. A special moment for Sierra Leone. On November 7, the United Nations World Health Organization, WHO, officially declared the country Ebola-free. For 2 years, the country has been suffering because of the illness. Almost 4,000 people died. But now the country is free of it and people can pick up their lives again. In Burma, the first free elections in 25 years were held. The National League for Democracy, NLD, led by Nobel Peace Prize laureate Aung San Suu Kyi, won. According to the current constitution, she can never be president since she has family with a foreign passport. However, she has every intention to keep her role in politics. A deadly earthquake struck Nepal. It's a very difficult time for kids and their families. 9,000 people have been declared dead and more than 22,000 injured due to collapsed buildings. Hundreds of thousands of people have been displaced. There's a shortage of shelter, food, and medicines, and kids cannot go to school. Today, there are still many people living in emergency shelters and a lot of buildings turned into ruins. However, the country has started to rebuild itself. Ramiro from Bolivia has celiac disease, which means he is allergic to gluten. Gluten is a protein which can be found in different kinds of wheat. Celiac disease can be difficult to live with because there are many products made of wheat, such as bread, cookies, and cake.
Que me lo detectaron justo a los 13 años, que es una edad complicada de colegio, sos chiqui, es jodido ser muy peticito, muy flaquito. Entonces a mí cuando me dijeron, mira, sos celíaco, vas a comer esto, esto y esto, no vas a comer más esto y vas a empezar a crecer. Yo me puse feliz de la vida, a mí no me costó nada dejar las cosas atrás, digamos. O sea, no me costó dejar de comer factura, dejar de comer McDonald's.
However, giving up fast food was not the only thing. For Ramiro, the problem was not the food itself, but the price of the food.
Nos molesta a toda la comunidad celíaca, por así decir, el excesivo precio del producto apto para celíacos. Como podemos ver en cualquier supermercado, los cereales clásicos tienen trigo, es decir, gluten. Pero en Bolivia podemos encontrar una muy buena opción nutritiva que son cereales de quinoa y amaranto.
So Ramiro started to learn a lot about food and created his own meals. He even started a career in cooking.
Salir a comer afuera no se puede. También me metí a estudiar gastronomía para en el día de mañana abrir un restaurante completamente para celíacos. Por un tema de contaminación cruzada, yo no podría comprarme esto en una panadería, pero los que hicimos en casa van a estar mucho mejor.
This news flash is made by Oscar and comes from South Africa.
My name is Oscar Von Mimity. Currently, I am a motivational speaker, hip-hop performer, working a bit on comedy, hype man for Tall Asthma, and on top of that, I am also doing my matric. The hip-hop space was interesting because I was in grade 5, and my friend and I were at home doing a little home video, and they played some tracks, but I was dancing to it. And my dad's like, hey, you got rhythm, my boy, you need to follow this. So I did. I believe I can change the world because, first of all, as much as my condition is a disadvantage, it's also my advantage because it means I'm unconventional. And originality can never be formulated from conventionality.
If you want to stay up to date with WADADA News for Kids, check our website, wadadanewsforkids.org. Today's headlines were: bullied because you are LGBT. Refugees on their way to Europe. Ramiro lives gluten-free. Thank you for watching WADADA News for Kids. See you next year.